Imagine a place darker, colder, and more pressurized than outer space. Today we are going to dive into the abyss of the Caribbean, the Puerto Rico Trench, where NOAA cameras recorded creatures so fantastic that they literally silenced the scientists on the surface. If the unknown of our planet fascinates you, hit like right now. Get ready for a trip thousands of meters deep to discover what really lurks in the Atlantic blue. Ready? Let's start with this amazing immersion. There is one final frontier on our planet, a vast, cold, and pressurized domain that challenges our imagination and technology, the deep ocean. And in the heart of the Caribbean, a familiar place for tourism and history, one of its most imposing geological secrets is hidden, the Puerto Rico Trench. It is not only the deepest trench in the Atlantic Ocean, with more than 8,000 meters of abyssal darkness, but a vibrant, almost extraterrestrial ecosystem that mocks the idea that life needs sunlight to prosper. The premise, lo que registraron las cámaras en la trinchera de Puerto Rico silencio al equipo, what the cameras recorded in the Puerto Rico Trench silenced the team, encapsulates the essence of deep-sea exploration. It is not about an absence, but a saturation of awe. It is the instant when the known world is shaken by a new biological and geological reality, forcing scientists into a mute recognition. To understand this silence, we must first understand the stage of the drama. The Puerto Rico Trench is a tectonic battlefield, formed at the boundary where the North American plate slides beneath the Caribbean plate. This subduction has carved a submarine canyon that, instead of being a wasteland, is a natural laboratory of life and extreme geology. The pressure here is crushing, more than 800 times what we experience at sea level, and the temperature is maintained just above freezing point. Expeditions to these depths aboard research vessels like the Okeanos Explorer from the NOAA are feats of engineering that use high-tech remotely operated vehicles, ROVs, such as the Deep Discoverer. The key to their discoveries is the low-light, high-definition camera mounted on these ROV, which acts as the eyes of the team thousands of meters away, transmitting in real time to the control rooms aboard and to scientists scattered around the world. And it is precisely in this room, with its multiple bright monitors and palpable tension, where silence seizes the team. The technology that allows this astonishment is noteworthy. These ROV, true robotized submarines, are equipped with an arsenal of sensors that not only see, but measure the composition of the water, the temperature, and the pressure in real time. To operate at such depths, the umbilical cable that connects the ROV to the ship must withstand tons of tension and, simultaneously, transmit data at broadband speeds, ensuring that the video flow is uninterrupted and sharp. It is this constant and high-fidelity connection that changes the dynamic of exploration. Scientists are not reviewing recordings. They are participating in the moment of discovery, acting as virtual observers who, like astronauts looking at Earth from space, are overwhelmed by the scale and complexity of what they are witnessing. The simple fact that the gill plumes of a small worm or the dance of a squid can be observed 5,000 meters away in the comfort of a control room is a triumph of engineering that predisposes to reverent silence. What the cameras have recorded has consistently exceeded expectations. The biology of the Puerto Rico Trench not only exists, but is fantastically diverse, adapted with evolutionary solutions that seem taken from science fiction. One of the phenomena that most impacts explorers is the constant parade of bioluminescence, the ability of organisms to produce their own light in a world where sunlight does not penetrate. The cameras captured, for example, a red-combed jellyfish sediped near 1,200 meters of depth. Ctenophores are common, but those in deep waters are often capable of producing light, a mechanism believed to be used for camouflage, defense, or even to attract prey. Observing creatures that are perfectly red, becoming invisible in total darkness, or the video capture of the psychedelic jellyfish with its unexpected and vivid light patterns, forces the crew to move from stifled exclamations to a silence of hypnotic admiration, recognizing the sophistication of abyssal camouflage. It is an ecosystem where communication is based on the pulse of chemical light, a language we are just beginning to decipher. But the life that peers through the lenses is not only fleeting and gelatinous. The cameras have also revealed benthic communities of the seabed that defy the idea that life must be dispersed in the abyss. The ROV have filmed black coral forests, which serve as true oases of biodiversity. These corals, which grow extremely slowly and can live for thousands of years, are host to complex communities of worms, Starfish and crustaceans. In these habitats, the camera has captured creatures similar to small lobsters or shrimp eating the coral, a vital behavior that helps scientists weave the complex food web of the seabed and understand how surface energy manages to sustain them. Another surprising inhabitant is the glass sponge. These structures, with skeletons made of silica, grow to be massive and are fundamental to the ecosystem, providing habitat for countless other species, including small shrimp. Observing these biological crystal skyscrapers in an extreme pressure environment is often what leads the team to that moment of mute astonishment. Life not only survives here, but builds and thrives with surprising architecture. Biological and geological structures interact in ways science never imagined, revealing a level of biological connectivity that is crucial for the health of the global marine ecosystem, including shallower water fisheries that depend on these spawning and feeding grounds. Absolutely fascinating. If you've been glued to the screen so far watching how life adapts to unimaginable pressures, it's time to take a break. While the ROV continues its slow and hypnotic journey toward 8,000 meters, tell me in the comments what name you would give this new creature if you were the scientist on board. Your interaction helps us continue funding these epic explorations. Take a second, comment below, and we'll return to the darkness. The silence in the control room is multifaceted. It is not about a lack of words, but about the assimilation of a new scientific truth. Unlike historical expeditions, which required dredging or the recovery of samples after days, the live transmission of high-definition video allows the organism to be seen in situ, in its natural habitat, behaving without the disturbance of being captured. This generates a visceral connection, and here it is, real now, that is academically electrifying and personally overwhelming. Every new species, every never-before-seen behavior like the cat shark embryo moving inside its egg, or the unusual species of red squid challenges previous assumptions about the evolution and ecology of the depths. Scientists trained for the rigor of the method are confronted with evidence that the rules they thought they knew apply only to a small surface layer of the planet. Silence is the assimilation that their paradigms have just been inverted. The mere fact of finding, for example, fish of the Macrouridae family, grenadiers, at depths where it was thought that vertebrate life was unsustainable due to pressure, forces biology to rewrite the limits of physiological adaptation. In addition to the scientific data, there is pure beauty. The tripod fish, supported on its pelvic and caudal fins, a stubby lobster, a pancake-type sea urchin, are creatures of unimaginable shapes and textures, perfectly adapted to their darkness. Bioluminescence creates a light show that the human eye has never witnessed before. Silence in these moments becomes a meditative pause before evolutionary elegance. It is a reminder that life, given the opportunity, will always find a way, even in the most hostile conditions. The aesthetic and philosophical dimension of abyssal life prevails over the urgency to label and classify, granting a moment of universal reverence. The Puerto Rico Trench, with its vast sediment deposits and seismic history, is also a geological time capsule. The camera's record not only shows life, but the Earth's scars, active faults, and still unknown hydrothermal vents that could harbor life forms based on chemosynthesis, completely independent of the sun, a discovery that would have profound implications for astrobiology and the search for life on other icy planets with subterranean oceans. Ultimately, the Puerto Rico Trench, with its more than 8,000 meters of depth, is not simply a point on the map. It is a portal to the unexplored. What the cameras recorded was not a mythical monster or a lost civilization, but something much deeper and more real. The indomitable exuberance of life in extreme conditions. The silence in the control room, caused by the sighting of a red bioluminescent ctenophore or a deep-sea coral forest, is the sound of science in its purest form. The humble surrender to wonder. The images and data collected by these expeditions, supported by the Smithsonian and the NOAA, are vital not only for knowledge, but for conservation, since by exploring these habitats, science establishes a baseline for understanding the biodiversity we need to protect before human pressures, such as plastic pollution and climate change, reach even these remote depths. The Puerto Rico Trench remains a place of great unknowns, a testament that true exploration is not always light years away, but a few thousand meters beneath the waves, waiting to silence the team again and again with a new and incredible revelation. And so we end our descent. Every image from the Puerto Rico Trench is a reminder that we know the surface of Mars better than our own ocean. The silence of the team is proof that there is still much to explore. If the spectacle of bioluminescence and crystal forests left you speechless, subscribe for more trips to the impossible. Comment below which creature amazed you the most and share this video so more people can know the abyssal treasure of the Caribbean. Until the next immersion.